Hey guys, this is Neon Nezzy, back again with another Destiny 6 video. I know I have finals, alright, yes, I should be studying, but I just have to bring you guys an update on the update. No pun intended. So CM Chrono just posted a link on Mobirum, and I'm going to have it down in the description down below so you guys know how this works. You guys go to the description, click on the link. As I explain the things, you guys are going to scroll down. It's going to work out the best, in my opinion, this way, just because you guys can control the pace of me talking and pause my video, and you guys can scroll down at your own pace as well. So let's go ahead, look at this. While you guys are doing that, I just want to touch on one thing. First of all, I just want to say that my next two videos are just going to be about the update. I don't have time to do research right now, simply because of finals. I know it kind of sucks, but someone asked me to make a video on arena restrictions. Someone else asked me to make a video on how to build teams. I can make another video on how to build teams apart from my first one, but Easy the Gamer just made a video on how to build arena teams. So if you guys haven't checked that out, go ahead and check that out. Second, I want to, so that was the first thing that I can't make very in-depth guides right now. Second was to Mr. Mike, who said, why are you talking about the US president? I simply mentioned Trump just for it to be kind of funny, and just because he's a more well-known example that I can talk about. However, I know what you're saying, and I'm new to the YouTube thing as well. So I do apologize for bringing in my own political opinions into the game. All right. So I apologize right there, and thank you, Mr. Mike, for telling me what you thought, because you're definitely right. So let's go ahead to the updates. Hopefully you guys have opened it by now. So it says 6 things are happening. 1, there is a new hero, the Archduke of Medina, Caesar. There are guild system improvements. Halla frickin' Luya. There are enhanced Dragoon improvements, added evolved Dragoons. They added an evolved Dragoon? Oh, they added evolved Dragoons, because before it was enhanced Dragoons. Now it's evolved Dragoons. So hopefully this means that 4-starring or 6-starring, 4-starring or 5-starring is going to be a lot easier. I don't really care about 6-starring, because as long as you make 5-starring units easier, I can easily 5-star fodder and then use that fodder to make my 6-stars, right? There is a friendship point shop now. And there is also, oh, whoops, I skipped one. There's a new auto clear and quick adventure function. All right, see, the quick adventure function was new. All right, it was definitely new. One thing okay, and then there are other improvements. Implementation of skill cooldown limit, which is at 60%. Again, I personally think they should take this down to 30% for all PvP related things. However, right now for arena guys, it's just about who does more. Who does more? Because the number 1 person in arena, if I'm not mistaken, was someone that was level 30 freaking 1. Alright, and that pissed the hell out of me. Okay, alright. Number 2 and 3 are level 40, 46, and 44. Like, that makes no sense. Like, there's no way. Like, oh my god. It's just who does it more. So right now, until they bring out a balancing to make arena more balanced and more just about skill or who has the better orbs and crests rather than who just has a particular unit, it's not going to work out. Also, before we move into the thing, there is a video over here about the Archduke. You guys can go ahead and watch that. It's a really good video. It just looks better, because normally they just bring out a video that shows the skills of the units. This one has like there's something happening on the 26th. Will you heed their call? It just looks really cool. So let's move on to the Archduke. There's a bit about his lore right there. I'm gonna skip that, go straight into the skills. Personally, I would love to get the rock one. Why? Because the rock one is what can be really used in the Destro boss, and because he's a 5 unit, stats are going to be automatically better than 3-star, 4-star units. I'm not sure though, because in Summoners War, I know for a fact that units like Camilla have better stats than like Lizardmen. But does that apply here? Like, do Adonis automatically have better stats than Ignis? I've never really paid attention. So Royal Road, before we get into it, let me just say that I always thought Caesar was going to be one of the 6 units that comes out. However, I thought that was for Elke too. But for Elke, the chance of her becoming an apostle, where is it? Right here. Probability of becoming an apostle is like probability of becoming one of these 6 units that Destiny 6 revolves around. The thing is, she only has a 20% probability of becoming an apostle, so I'm not sure anymore. And then the paper one also has it. Is it that low because she's already an apostle? I don't know. All right, so now I'm just going to auto farm. What is it, Medina? Because I'm farming up orbs for my Carlota. Still haven't found the right orbs for her. She's already at like 48% cooldown though. Whatever. So let's get into the skill 1 and skill 2. Royal Road. I will do a much more in-depth guide, okay, tomorrow when it comes out. But Royal Road basically is going to be dealing damage based on your attack. So you can, both of them are either going to be better off on concentration or vitality. The first 800% chance to burn the target for 8 seconds. That cannot be 800%. 80% maybe. 8% definitely. 800% no freaking way. There's no freaking way. That's a typo. That is a freaking typo. Then there's a 7% chance to decrease the target's defense by 50%. So you increase the damage that you do, which I think is pretty darn good. All right. I think that's an 8% chance to burn, because the 7% chance to decrease the target's defense means that it is a multi-hit. You don't need 800% or 80% to burn the target on a multi-hit. Okay, so that has to be an 8% chance to burn, in my opinion. And then he has Imperial Lore, which is a break skill, and what it also does is that it will increase your critical hit chance by 15%, increase critical damage by 40%. Well, what it does is it spotlights the opponent, and that spotlight is what is going to increase their chances of receiving and getting hit by higher critical damage. It also has a chance to stun. And then moving on to the other one, the paper one, he can do AoE of 800% of attack and decrease their status resistance by 20%. It also has a 100% chance to remove the target shield. Again, I hope that they implement the 100% chance to remove shields to be truly 100% to nerf shields, because right now, in my opinion, they're way too OP. I myself have an Adonis, but in Arena, I think it's just way too OP. And then Royal Road. I thought that was Royal Bird, like Paper Francisca for a second. It can shock and deal damage and increases ally damage by 7% for 7.5 seconds. So overall, I think they're both pretty useful. But definitely the rock one is going to be so much more useful than the paper one. So there is a guild button relocation. If you guys scroll down, guild button used to be right beside the codex. Now it's going to be right beside the airship. Kind of giving it like, it makes the guild button more noticeable, makes it bigger, which kind of makes me feel like they're trying to show that the guild is going to be bigger than what it was. It's going to have more value than what it did. Then there is a guild content improvement, so you can change your emblem. You can change your emblem, but couldn't you always change your emblem? I'm confused. Maybe it was like a one-time thing. If you guys scroll further down, there's a guild bonus has been upgraded to guild system. I am so excited. I basically predicted this, did I not? Like, can I just take like 5 seconds here just to gloat? I was like, it would be so much cool if they could just bring out guild, not just increases in gold, but also increase in XP and other things. There are what? 5, 10, 13. There are 13 icons here. I don't know what they are, but it seems that there is a bunch of things that is going to be changing. I see orbs over here. I see there is a $sign next to the orb, so maybe that's going to help upgrading orbs become cheaper. I see there is an awakening button. There's also, what's the hammer thing for? Is the hammer thing the forge? I am not sure. Then I see there's a star with an arrow on top, so that probably is going to mean that it's going to make it easier for us, or awakening and evolving are both going to be affected here somehow. Then there's the forge and the destiny shift. There is a friends thing. There is notes. I should probably get all my notes for finals. Oh, what am I doing with my life? Okay, so if you guys go further down, there is guild achievements have been renewed as guild quest. Thank you. I don't know how this changes, but thank you. It looks better than the conquest mode that we had. Hopefully the way people earn points is also changed. I'm going to go ahead and tell my guild vice right now, because he's the one that gives us the daily boost of 35,000. It costs like 35,000 guild points or whatever. I'm going to go ahead and tell him not to do it, just because I want to save up for this and see what all we can do. We probably should have been saving for the past week now, but goal is important. So enhanced dungeon. So Enhanced Dungeon now has Evolved Dragoons as well. That, I think, is pretty darn cool. Evolved Dragoons... So Enhanced Dungeons have no more... They have no more cooldowns on them, right? There's no more limit on them. However, I'm not sure what that means. Okay, see, like, here's the thing. They don't show it clicked on it, so I don't know if there's a limit or not. But it does say that all three, rock, paper, and scissors, are going to be open throughout the day. But I feel like they also talked about having no limit on the Enhanced Dragoons, at least. Personally, if you guys can farm Hell mode or Nightmare mode, you guys have noticed that you guys don't need Enhanced dungeons. So it kind of is pointless for mid and late game players, but for early game players it's a very nice boost. Then of course Evolved Dragoons, as expected, are going to have a clear count or a limit on how many times you guys can do it per day, because if you guys could farm these fodders like unlimited, that would make the game broken. And at least you can farm these, right? In freaking Summoner's War, pay to win people can like go ahead and summon, and they just use that for fodder. And for free to play people, we get like Angel Mons or whatever they're called, like once a year or something. Then there is also the daily dungeon where you guys can farm your mats or your materials are going to be open. So you guys are going to have the Primal, Feral, Stalwart, and the other one, because I can't see the name, open throughout the entire day. Then there is a auto clear quick adventure function. Quick adventure feature will be available to Okay, you know what? Here's what it is. It's that you don't have to wait around, cause all right. I'm all over the place right now. All right, let me just gather my words. Here's what I think Quick Adventure is. Quick Adventure, I think, is just going to be immediate. It's like, boom, you guys heard that snap? It's going to be just as fast. Maybe not just as fast, because they still need to smoothen out the system, but it's just going to be like, you do the run in a very short amount of time. It's like you hit the Quick Adventure button, the run is complete, and you get your drop. I think you can still get gold. However, it does specify that you will not get XP for your account or for your heroes during Quick Adventure. So this, I don't know if they're applying this to Nightmare or to the scenario in general, because that would be pretty darn broken. But then how do you do Quick Adventure? Because I think to do Quick Adventure, you need to like 3-star the dungeon or something. Because if you can't 3-star the dungeon, I don't think people have a right to hit that Quick Adventure. In my opinion. So I think that's what Quick Adventure is. Then there's a friendship shop improvement. Initially we could buy 10 adventure keys for 150 social points. Now we can get 100 keys for 1,500. Basically the same thing, just making it easier to buy for us so that we don't have to hit that key like 10 times. You can just hit it once. Application of skill cooldown reduction has been applied to 60%, which is fine for what was I gonna say? For environments, PvE, player versus environment. That's fine by me, because I think that people don't need that much to auto, because I could auto Nightmare long before they did this skill cooldown reduction. However, I do think it makes it easier for both the players and the both free-to-play and pay-to-win players. It makes it safer and it makes it faster. Here's what I would say though. You know how when you 3-star a dungeon, you can receive a 30% damage dealt increase 30% damage taken reduction, I would suggest why don't they go ahead and put in like a 15% cooldown reduction for free-to-play players, 10% or 20% or however much, because right now pay-to-win people can just use their gems or rubies and get like a ton, all right, a ton of skill cooldown reduction. It's not even fair to free-to-play people. So I would recommend this to the game developers. And I'll bring this up in my video tomorrow as well, which I'll post on MobiRum, so hopefully the developers will see that and then they will take that idea. Then there's a dice reorganization. Basically just looks different, just looks clearer, and you guys can see how many, it will show you how many resources you have left. Then there is a acquisition rate probability details, which, you guys can see the rates. You guys can see the rates of items and heroes, which we will look in the video tomorrow. Then there is improved management function. They show an example here of Tomb of Prophecies. I guess it just makes going through them easier. I'm not sure. I mean, it does look cleaner. I'm not sure. I kind of liked the bigger pictures that used to happen. I don't know. Okay, so they're also enhancing the hero. Enhancing heroes has been improved by enabling you to unlock heroes at the enhancing menu. Okay. Tutorial improvements. I mean, who used the tutorial here, guys? Raise your hands. Like, which one of you guys had the time and patience to go through the tutorial? Because I for sure as hell did not. I was just like, this is like a freaking story. Like, I will read this again when I have to go to bed. It was just too long for me. A new version of Tomb of Adventure has been added to the codex, and all the stories that you have or will have explored has been added to the Chronicle. So Chronicle, I think you can watch it. It's like a video or something that you can watch at the end of you completing a milestone in the game, which I think is pretty darn cool. Then there's an issue for Rockjun. I think this is a legitimate way to nerf the trifecta comp. Adonis, Carlota, and Rockjun. Jesus, Adola, what the hell was that? So Rockjun basically before, if I were on my Adonis, he has a shield and a break, right? If I use my Jun's second ability, it would apply to either just the first or the second, or even both. Now it can only apply the skill cooldown reduction to one of the targets. So that's pretty darn cool. You know what I think they should do to Carlota? I think for Carlota they should, because there has to be a limit. There has to be a line drawn. Maybe for Carlota too, they can only, Carlota and Chrono, they only apply skill cooldown reduction to one of the allies, or to one of the allies' skills. I think that would definitely make it more RNG and make it a bit more balanced too, in my opinion. So anyway, that's all for the update. This is just the update. They actually just did the last update like last week, didn't they? When they brought out Mosque Shia, but it was just another unit. So they're doing an update today, and then in 2 weeks' time-ish, 2 to 3 weeks' time-ish, they are going to be bringing out, they will bring out the other major update that they were talking about. At least that's what they say. Yeah, because if you guys scroll up all the way to the top, it says there will be another huge update in 2 weeks' time. But before we go into the update, let's take a look at new news for Destiny 6. So, just one more thing. Tomorrow I have my finals at like 10:30 a.m., but this thing comes out at 2 o'clock a.m. in the morning. So I'm probably going to wake up again at 6:30, or I don't know, I probably might not. I don't know when I'm going to do it. I like to do it immediately. However, regardless of when I get to do it, it's probably going to be very late, like 12 hours after the patch hits. However, I do want you guys to let me know if you guys would want me to do the update cover in my Indian accent, okay? It's not very good. Actually, I think it's decent. I don't know. You guys can be the judge of that. But let me know if you guys want me to cover the entire update patch in an Indian accent, all right? So if you guys like my content, go ahead and subscribe. If you guys have any recommendations for my future video contents, go ahead and leave the whatever you guys want me to do in the comment section down below. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and ask me anything in the game. I always reply. My content has always been about informative based rather than it's always been more about information. So again, if you guys like my content, please go ahead and subscribe. It helps keep me motivated. Once we reach 1,000, I'm also going to do a giveaway when we reach 750 subscribers, and then one more giveaway when we reach 1,000 subscribers. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and until the next time, guys, Neon out.